Was that meant for someone like me who was kind of intimidated by making mead?
Yeah. So it really depends on which one you watch. So I originally made an 8-minute mead video, and that my intent with that one was like a rapid fire. I knew that,
Mhm.
this was pre YouTube Shorts and TikTok, but it was also in the era of like people's attention spans suck. And so I was like, I got to make a video that's going to be quick. So that one was my original one. And then I made a longer one, I think, which is the one you're talking
I
about.
think that's the one, yeah.
That was updated. It was like probably 30 or 40 minutes.
Mhm.
And the intent of that one was like just to go longer, step by step, make a for someone who's just wants to watch the process and like even do it along with me, like kind of like that. Uh, Honestly, it was just the intent there was just to make a more in-depth video because I'd noticed the success that the 8-minute one had, and I knew that there were people on the other side of the fence who said, "Oh, hold on, slow down, let's do this a little bit quicker
Right,
or a
I
little
mean
slower." Yeah. But
I mean
I do want to comment about your fear of opening the vessel because I have the opposite thing right now. I'm so used to being able to open a vessel and just do that because generally speaking, mead is more impervious to oxygen and
okay.
oxygenation than beer. I'm starting to brew more beer,
Mhm.
and
Mm, okay.
I am now having to learn to just like baby the crap out of my beers and just like,
Mhm.
I can't open this. I got to be really careful. And I'm so used to doing the opposite of basically just like, I mean, open it almost every day and punching things down and shaking it up. And like, I feel like with my beers, I'm like, if I look at that thing wrong, something's going to go wrong and it's going to taste terrible. Like it is such a
Night and day.
difference. Yeah.
So beer isn't that temperamental. Certain styles can be, but I get where you're coming from for sure. So I remember when I made my first fruited sour, not sour, fruited cider. That everything I read, like you have to go and check it every couple of days and make sure you submerge the fruit because you don't want fungus growing on stuff like fungus. Oh my gosh, now I got to worry about fungus. So like all
Mhm.
these new things you learn, you a little more worries that you have, like, oh, I don't want to make myself sick or any of this kind of fun stuff. But yeah, I do appreciate that, well, I'm gonna call it a recipe because it was very helpful. It turned out really great. I don't have any this evening. It's a year old now. I have 2 more bottles left. So my plan is to let it go another year, then another year, just to see how it changes throughout the time. One thing I've noticed myself, the older I get, I've noticed my taste buds are changing. So
Mhm.
it's kind of hard to really rely on that for myself. But I do have my little notebook. I don't have it around me now, but I have a notebook full of my little notes of things that I taste. And I always find that interesting. I guess I'm going to ask you this question since you make so much mead. Do you find yourself like second guessing certain flavors that you get based on your taste buds? Have either evolved or decreased over the years of doing this?
Um, I would the only time I would say that's true is like I make an apple cinnamon mead quite a bit, and I don't know if just because I've made it so much that like I do know what it tastes like, but also I wonder if I'm getting like desensitized to cinnamon because I don't use my own cinnamon taste as the barometer for like when to pull it off. I like take it to my wife or like a friend or someone because I feel like I don't know, it's something about specifically cinnamon that maybe I like a heavier hand of it, and so I try to use other people to like be the gauge for that. Other than that, I feel like for the most part they've stayed pretty close to home. Like
Mhm.
I generally know what to expect with most things, and because I've like made every single combo I can think of, at this point, like I know what things to tweak to make it better, and there's a lot of that that comes with experience.